Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. I'm here today to bring the review for Shaman King episode number 8. And now the first thing I want to say is that this review will contain minor spoilers for Ryu the character, and now it's very minor, and what I'm actually going to tell you is actually already been quote unquote spoiled within the intro. I'm not really paying attention when the intro is playing. I'm usually engaging in something else during that minute and a bit. But I noticed it while watching this episode. What I was actually trying to save from spoiling has actually already been spoiled within the intro. So if you are a 2021 only viewer, I think you can still watch this video and not be too peed off about it, what I'm about to say. And you probably saw what I'm talking about already within the trailer. So if you are someone who's going to be upset about any sort of type of spoilers, I understand how you feel, but you might want to just miss out this video. Okay, so I will get to the review stuff, but I have to talk about the very first thing I noticed when watching this episode. My very first thought going into this episode was, wait, hold on. Morty has family? In this episode, we see a mom, we see a dad, we see a sister, and they was nowhere near. At least visually, anyway. Definitely not visually. Maybe they were mentioned, I just don't remember it. But no family was mentioned for Morty. And now I was like, okay. A different approach. And at the end of the day, it was at the end of the day, but it was not character development. It does give depth to Morty's character, something that wasn't there previously. But because at the end of the day, Morty's not the main character, and unless he's gonna do something that I didn't see with it, because this is like following the manga, and unless he's gonna, and there's something in the manga he does that's of some importance. Morty's not really an important character, so it was like, okay, yeah, they done it. It was good. It was like, okay, they done it. They've deepened his character a little bit. Whatever, moving on, kind of thing. So we're coming off the last last battle Viewer had. Obviously he lost. We find out that Fouts has won his second fight, so therefore he's through to the next round. We find out that Ren is going to be Yo's next opponent. We also find out that how Yo feels like right now he is not strong enough to beat Ren, so he goes home to train. But before he does that, he severs all ties. He basically quote unquote ends his friendship with Morty to save him from future distress which could come up during these Shaman King battles. Sorry, I had the right one on there. Yeah, during these Shaman King battles. So we have Morty go cry off, and then Yo returns home to train in order so he can able to beat Ren. And so now this is where the spoilers are gonna start to come in. So if you didn't notice, Ryu at some point will become a shaman. Within the original series, at this point, he's already a shaman. Already started his training. He enters the Shaman King tournament, and now it just made. I mentioned this previously. It just makes me, because they haven't started that process yet. It just makes me wonder, like, what's going on, kind of thing. Because Yo's already had 2 fights, and Ryu hasn't seemed to be just making any progress. Like, how does he slide into the competition, like, in this running? Because I'm pretty sure by now, in the original running, he was a shaman, and he secretly had his fights, but he ain't even a shaman yet. He's showed interest in becoming a shaman, but he's nowhere near there yet. And so the training that Yo does within this episode with his grandpa is essentially all he has to do is walk through a cave. But we find out that this cave is different. It's different. It's not no ordinary cave. Basically, as you walk through it, you lose your 5 senses, and you have to depend on your 6th sense, your shaman sense, to get you through the rest of the cave. Doing this will strengthen your Furyoku. That's what Yo is going for, because he reckons that Ren has a stronger Furyoku than him. He needs to get stronger in order to beat in order to beat Ren. Now, within the original running, we don't see Yo go through the cave, but you do get a little, and I know in this episode you do see a little snippet of Yo within the cave, but I feel like in the original running, you get more of a sense of, okay, this cave is a bit peak, is a bit of a tough deal. I get the sense that you feel more of that within the original running than you do within in the 2021. So now in the original running, you have Ryu go into the cave, and as he goes into the cave, he's not in the. It's not no time limit is given, but you get the gist that it was a short while. You see Ryu go into the cave and slowly lose all his 5 seconds, and he freaks out and he panics and he has to run back out. He couldn't hack it. He didn't get too far into the cave before he ran out. He couldn't hack it and he had to run out. That gave me a more sense of, okay, this cave is a tough deal than what we get to see within this episode. What we see within this episode is Yo. And now we see a little bit of like, hand on the wall. I'm having a bit of a hard time here, but I didn't feel it. I didn't feel like, okay, this is some serious tish that's going down right now. I get it. Ryu's not at that point in his shaman life to have him go into the cave, but what we could have done differently for that, I don't know how it is in the manga, but what I'd have liked to have seen is Yo actually struggling and coming out of these struggles. So the same way we saw Ryu lose his five senses, panic and then run out. We should have had a moment where I guess Yo lost his 5 senses, panics, but then finds his way. Or even have him lose his 5 senses, panic, switch scene, so we think, oh my gosh, Joe's in the middle of the cave, he's lost his 5 senses, he's not gonna do it, and then when he comes out, then have him explain how he was able to do it, because that's what he does anyway. We have that little I can't do it, and then when Yo comes out, I'm pretty sure he explains how he escaped the cave. So there's that. Yo's training very well. So Morty, at some point, he's supposed to go back to America, but he's like, nah, I need to make up with Yo. So we have that whole adventure of him and Ryu going to where Yo's at to fix the friendship. We have that. That was in the original running. We also meet the girl with the pink hair. I forget her name, and the two guardian ghosts. That was in the original running. And now the whole prophecy with the tall one and the short one will cause trouble for Yo. And now within the original running, and I just realized this right now, there's a bunch of characters that have not been introduced. I don't know if they're going to be introduced later or they wouldn't be introduced yet, but they had the tall one and the tall one and the short one who interfered with Yo as soon as he got out the cave. In the original running, they was trying to stop him from leaving the cave, but that was unsuccessful, and that's when Yo comes out. Anna chucks his moon sword there. So the whole testing process between the grandpa and Yo, and we get to find out that Yo's Furioka is stronger and now Midamaru can talk, and the whole form change that was displayed to us as soon as Yo came out the cave within the original anime. And the two people actually he took down to show just his growth was the tall one and the short one, which were two other characters which I don't know who are going to be introduced within this series. So yeah, Yo finishes his training, comes out the cave, sees Morty, they kiss and make up, blah 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 blah, they're friends again. After that, we have a scene with Ren and his motivations for becoming Shaman King, and that's essentially where we leave off the episode. So I think next episode is Yo versus Ren. That should be a good fight, and I feel like now's the time where we are really starting to diverge from the original anime. So for me, things will start to be more fresh and like original. I will be the blind person going in rather than and knowing what to expect kind of thing. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. But I don't know, because I'm comparing to the original running. In all honesty, I'm preferring the original running so far. Like I said previously, this is more like an abridged slash a kai for anyone who's seen the original running, and there's only going to be 52 episodes of this 2021 version, but I think, in all honesty, I think they should have stretched it, and we're not done yet. Maybe my opinion will change when they move on, but yeah, I don't know what rating to give this, if I'm honest. If I was to like, I'm gonna give it 2-star rating. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.